Good afternoon, Center for Effective Living Community. It's Valerie. Hi there. I'm coming to you live this afternoon. I thought I should complete the story that I started, I think, 2 days ago about an experience that I had taking a family member to an appointment and realizing that the value for my family member of actually returning back to the professional whom she was actually used to seeing. So we landed up the very next day, me calling up to make an appointment with their regular person and then attending the appointment the day after. And I must admit, I was kind of feeling quite silly about the whole thing, myself being a health professional. I know what it is for my clients to actually feel like they've got that real sense of continuity of care. I suppose in the moment, just being busy and just thinking, let's just get this off the list. And I didn't actually follow through with what I would normally recommend myself. So we did go back to the regular person. And the first thing that I noticed as I was sitting waiting for the appointment was that the minute the health professional walked in to the waiting area, they saw my family member, eyes lit up, and they said their name. And you know what? Me, instantly, my whole anxiety actually just left my body because I just realized, gosh, the value of actually going to see someone, taking someone you care for, and actually having that person know them. And the appointment just went like that from that point. Now, the health professional didn't say anything different to to the first appointment that we went to, but the effect that it had on my family member was very different. From the get-go, she was relaxed. She knew that the history between herself and this health professional was established. The health professional actually knew exactly where the difficulties were coming from because he reminded her, well, if you remember 3 years ago, this happened, da-di-da-di-da-da-da. Went back to his notes and said, well, if you recall, we tend to have this conversation every now and again about how you're feeling about this and this and this and this. How about we continue with this particular strategy? And then asked her, what do you think? Do you want to fine tune anything of that? How are you feeling now? You're feeling a little bit better. And at the end of it all, we walked out of that appointment and she was on track again to actually manage for herself what she needed to do with a clear idea of what the next steps were. And it wasn't mentioned again. Unlike the previous appointment where the anxiety stayed through the evening, and as I mentioned before, I even had a bit of a sleepless night. But in this time around, there was a real sense of containment and closure. So for me, I think I just wanted to share the finish up of the story because it actually highlights the philosophy of Center for Effective Living in terms of the way that we value our long-term relationships with our clients, because we actually appreciate that there is a whole of life development that happens, and your mental health will engage or interact with the different stages of life that you may be in. And the wonderful benefit of actually having someone who is a witness to your journey from the start to the middle to where you are, to be able to say to you, I remember when this was an issue. How about we look at that? How did we actually tackle that before? What worked for you? What didn't work for you? So having that long-term partnership and being able to say that it's okay if we finish up the work that we need to do for this particular season because some of our goals have been met. But if you need me, I'm here. I don't disappear from the scene. I'm part of the resources. I'm part of your team. And what a wonderful privilege it is for us at our practice to actually, all of our practitioners sharing that same philosophy of therapy, to say that we're not just interested in short-term solutions, we're actually interested in your whole of life story and being a part of enabling the next steps, right? And so when I actually say, yeah, it's the small steps that lead to the big steps, this is another part of the equation, is that the work that we do today is foundational, and the relationship that we have today is foundational for the next steps if you need us as therapists. Have a great day.